The European Union is making its mission regulating the cryptocurrency market. So today, we're going to talk about why the European Union's goal is to regulate crypto. The European Parliament voted Monday to advance a version of the Markets in Crypto Assets Bill, or MICA, that omitted language that would have effectively banned proof-of-work-based cryptocurrencies. The bill is now headed into negotiations with the European Commission, the Council of the European Union, and the European Parliament. The MICA legislation, first introduced in 2020, aims to provide a regulatory framework for digital assets for member states in the EU by 2025. While the initial draft had included explicit language that would have banned Bitcoin and other proof-of-work-based digital currencies due to energy consumption concerns, the provision was struck after an outcry from the crypto industry. How could crypto harm the environment? Well, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other proof-of-work cryptocurrencies create significant carbon emissions with each transaction. A single Bitcoin transaction creates 1,259 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions, which is the same carbon footprint of a transatlantic flight from London to New York and back again, according to Digiconomist, a research project focused on the social and environmental impact of cryptocurrencies. In fact, Bitcoin mining guzzles more than a third of the power used in cement production. A single financial transaction using Visa consumes 1.5 kilowatt hours of electricity on average. The average energy use per Bitcoin transaction is 2,258 kilowatt hours, which is enough to power a single US household for 2.5 months, Digiconomist asserts. Alex DeVry, founder of Digiconomist, told Tech Monitor that the Bitcoin network alone generates 200 quintillion guesses a day as a part of a numbers game to create one block. Quote, "You have all these machines in the network effectively playing a massive game of guessing numbers, and the only one who guesses correctly gets to rate the next block. That's a huge amount of energy you need to do that to create those new blocks." Proof-of-work-based cryptos have been put into question by bankers and politicians largely due to the fact that the process requires quite a bit of energy. Energy that is more often than not provided by non-green solutions, which for many has caused an outcry for it to be regulated. Ernest Urtasun, shadow rapporteur on the MICA legislation and a member of the European Parliament within the Greens/EFA political group, said the proposal wasn't intended to force a ban on proof-of-work tokens like Bitcoin. Quote, "It was not as simple as this. Our proposal was more complex and more taking into account the need of the industry to adapt," he said. The Ethereum blockchain is moving off of proof-of-work and toward a less energy-intensive proof-of-stake system, but the shift has been repeatedly delayed and progress has been slower than expected. So, some Bitcoin developers have proposed ways to reduce the energy requirements of proof-of-work. While the anti-proof-of-work language was rejected in a 30-23 vote, a majority voted that an alternative legislative proposal with a view to including in the EU sustainable finance taxonomy any crypto asset mining activities that contribute substantially to climate change mitigation and adaptation should be presented by the Commission by January 2025. So since the European Parliament voted to not ban the mining of proof-of-work cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, one may think that the EU is finished with crypto. But unfortunately, this is not the case. A watered-down version of the proof-of-work legislation will continue to move forward, paving the way for possible controversy in future years. And the committee passed a separate proposal to add cryptocurrency mining to the EU's taxonomy for sustainable finance, which would define whether crypto can be viewed as a sustainable investment. MICA now needs to be approved by the EU's executive arm as well as EU member states and the full European Parliament before it can become law. Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies traded flat following the outcome of the vote. Crypto's energy consumption is a hotly debated topic. Industry supporters say its impact on the environment can be limited by encouraging miners to use renewable energy sources, but demand for crypto and other tokens has pushed up their carbon footprint significantly in the last year. Data from the Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance put Bitcoin's estimated power consumption at an annual rate of 138 terawatt hours in early 2022, more than the size of a country like Norway. Bitcoin won that vote, said Michael Saylor, chief executive of software company MicroStrategy, during a webinar hosted by the Economic Club of New York on Monday. Quote, "You need energy to create real property." Marcus Ferber, a lawmaker and the EPP Group's spokesman in the committee, said the failed proposal sent a clear signal that the EU wishes to support the crypto industry as it grows. Banning proof of work would have meant for the EU to become crypto no man's land, Ferber said. Quote, "If we want to foster innovation, we should be open for new technologies, not banning them." Unsurprisingly, the amended proposals to ban POW mining were unpopular in the cryptocurrency community, who felt it would stifle innovation and choice in this space and lobbied heavily for it to be removed from the legislation. But though proponents of cryptocurrencies cheered today's news, further issues could lie ahead. According to Patrick Hansen, head of strategy and business development at DeFi currency Unstoppable, there is a last option for those who voted for the ban. Quote, "They could veto a fast-track procedure of MiCA through the trilogues, which are meetings that take place between the European Union institutions around policy shaping, and bring the discussion to the plenary of the Parliament," he wrote on Twitter. Quote, "They need 1 out of 10 of the votes on the European Parliament to do so, which they have." He says that the fight is far from over, with the EU data center regulations, which come with their own environmental requirements, potentially playing a role. It comes back to sustainability also, with people worried about climate change and Bitcoin's contribution to it. But Hansen says that today is a big political success for crypto in the EU. The crypto community in the EU has clearly become a political force, he argues. So it looks like the EU isn't going to be stopping anytime soon when it comes to regulation on cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, the support for cryptos is constantly growing, and support has never been higher. More than $1 billion worth of Bitcoin has been removed from one of the world's leading crypto exchanges, marking the highest single week outflow in nearly 5 years. The $1.2 billion that left Coinbase comes amid a resurgent cryptocurrency market. The price of Bitcoin is up over 7% over the last week, and could signal a significant increase in institutional accumulation and adoption. Bitcoin continues to trade within a relatively tight window between $34,000 and $44,000 USD, which it has traded between since the beginning of the year. The cryptocurrency community just got a friend in very high places in South Korea. Yoon Suk-yeol, the former prosecutor general of South Korea who recently pledged to deregulate crypto assets, secured a narrow victory in the country's presidential election. Yoon recently stated, quote, "We must shift to a negative regulation system to ensure at least the virtual asset market has no worries." Yoon wants to use the government to foster local cryptocurrency unicorns and promised to increase the taxable threshold on crypto assets from 2.5 million KRW to 50 million KRW. That's about $2,022 to 40,450 USD. Yoon also launched an NFT drop earlier this week, while his opponents airdropped NFTs to campaign donors in February. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to stay up to date on all things crypto. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.